Ooh, hey, Wheezy.
Hey,
How you
Steve.
doing?
I'm good. Well, how about that? 100th show for just one
100 episodes.
a
Yes.
100th.
And
Yeah,
it's
that's amazing.
all due to Jade.
Jade. And
Yeah.
that's pretty good celebration.
Do you
I
remember
just
what
got,
episode you started on?
I don't, it must have been about in the 70s, somewhere in there.
Like
I mean,
1970?
no,
Oh,
I'm sorry. No, around, must have been around 25, 26 shows, somewhere in there. It
I
was
know I
around
was about
Mountain
51, and that
City,
was the
Tennessee.
gender breaking one.
Somewhere around Mountain City, Tennessee, somewhere just after that.
That was the first man.
Yeah. But anyway, let's bring Jade in.
Wait, no, we got to thank Jade.
We do have to thank her. I
She
am
made
very.
this whole community. Like, you should really go back and look at like episode 10 and compare it to like what it looks like now.
Oh, I
Like,
know.
it's so much different. It's so cool, and
We
the
need to
family
do
got
that.
so
We need to
big.
talk her into doing a thing where you go back and just look at her very early shows and look at the guests and look at maybe some now.
Yeah. I don't want to take up too much time, but I just want to thank Jade personally. I thanked her at Bad Apples last year because community with the flying community is important. And she made me feel like I had a family. And then when I traveled or I talked to you guys online or in person, it just felt like I knew you guys my entire life. And it was all thanks to her. Sometimes you just need people in your life that's a glue for other people. And
she's been that. That's for sure.
Jade's that glue for us that brings people together. And I think that's awesome. All right, Jade, let's bring you on. Hey, Dewey.
You guys are going to make me cry.
Big tears.
Hey, welcome, everybody. Yeah, 100th show. I still can't believe it. I'm like going invisible in the Lone Star background here. So thank you guys for all joining. Let's see who's in the chat tonight. We've got, I know Ron is in the house, Kelby Cox, Pennsylvania PPG. Oh boy, hang on. You guys talk for a second.
Hey, can you tell Eric to be quiet, Jade?
Yeah. All right. 2 feet and a heartbeat. Shane Wyman. He was looking for me. Michael Jasper. Eric Lear's in the house. Copay J. Don Belleville. Travis DuPont. Linda. Let's see who else is in here. Bill H. Joseph Sibley. And let's see.
Looks
like everybody's Para Orange. Hi, Karen.
Did you say Travis
Kramer? Can't forget Kramer. Yep, got Travis. Justin, John Wayne. Ron is in here. But thank you all. You guys have been talking for probably the last half hour. And Susan with One Wheel Grandma. I think I saw earlier in here also. So thank you all. We have a great guest tonight. He is an instructor now with Lone Star Paramotor, and I can't wait to meet him. I have not met him personally. Rain told me that we need to hear Cody's inspirational story about how he got into the air and working with Lone Star Paramotor. So let's welcome Cody. Hey, Cody.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Okay.
So,
nice to meet you.
So I started looking into paramotoring about 10 years ago. A fellow coworker of mine showed me some videos of fly camping and turned into a water cooler discussion. And, you know, they were flying around with what looked like lawnmower motors on their backs 10 years ago. So, you know, we had talked about doing this for quite some time. And 3 years ago, I decided that I was going to do it. And so I did it, and I just became a mainstay at Kitty Hawk at Lone Star, and started helping out with classes. I've been instructing for about 2 years approximately now, roughly. So that's kind of the background, how I got introduced to paramotoring. It's been great. The community's great, and the flying is excellent.
So you went to school there, and you just decided right then you wanted to be an instructor? You knew you wanted to be an instructor?
Well, I didn't, So when you have a resource like that airfield around, you have a lot of people. You know, it's not just the school, but you have a community, and so you start hanging around, and you keep your being involved with you know the classes, and you know you can come and go. It keeps you sharp on new things, and so it's just that progression. You know, it just naturally happened.
Mm.
It's it's fulfilling to be able to help people achieve their dreams. Um, One of the things that Ron had us do as instructors, he equates Lone Star kind of like to what is that old show, Fantasy Island. You know, people come and they have these visions and ideas, and we put them through training, and sometimes those vision and ideas aren't exactly what they turned out to be.
Kind of
That's
like
the name of
Hotel
my next
California.
paramotor school I'm starting is Fantasy Island.
No,
Yeah.
Hotel California. So you want to leave, but you, what is that? What is that thing in Hotel California? Sometimes you want to leave, but you, what is that? I can't remember the words.
I'll look up the lyrics for you.
Thank you.
So Ron says many of our instructors are students who simply won't leave.
It's a natural progression, and I think it's a smart thing to do because at the airfield you have resources. You know, if you need to rebuild a motor or you need certain information on different types of equipment, somebody's flown it, somebody's done it, and so I believe it's a natural progression of keeping yourself sharp in the sport and up on the different wings, different equipment, different motors. I've seen all kind of different motors.
So hang on one second. One thing I forgot to mention is Lone Star is going to be doing the spinny wheel tonight for prizes for us tonight. And they've got two things that they want to give away, a package. And there's also a grand prize. We're not going to tell you what that is quite yet. Or should we tell them?
No.
So
No.
the two packages is a shirt hat combination. I'll hold the shirt up. So it's a shirt that looks like this, either white or black, and a hat like this right here.
Sweet.
So it's a combination of two giveaways.
So Steve will be doing the spinny wheel. So get some chatting going in here. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe and get in on the chat. And that will get your name on the spinny wheel.
I love my Lone Star apparel. Yeah.
Travis DuPont is still saying it's rigged.
I'm rigging it for him. Hey, Cody, question for you. When you started out there, so like Ron Turan and the team is like one of my favorite groups in the paramotor community. And like I'm always telling people like that's like one of the best places you can learn. When you were first starting out, was the process pretty seamless for you? Like your first, like say 25 hours, or did you have personal struggles or anxieties or anything that you struggled with?
Yeah. When it comes to first flights, everybody struggles. Even the instructor that's launching you struggles. There's certain level of anxiety. And and as a student, there's a certain level of questioning. Oh, is this for me? Am I continue to do that? So yes, there are struggles. Seamless, it was pretty seamless. But the first flights are always hard. It's that anticipation of the unknown.
Who was your instructor?
So at Lone Star, we train like in a group, we different instructors, we trade instructors. So Alexis Quintana and Travis and Ron.
Okay. All right. So what are you flying right now?
So right now I'm flying a Maverick on a Scirocco 3.
All right.
When you were getting training between like Travis, Ron, and Alexis, did you find like one of them kind of clicked with you a little bit better with their teaching style, or did you just find benefits in all of them working with you?
You know, you find the best in people in their different skill sets. You know, for example, when I was going through training, you know, almost 3 years ago, Alexis was really fantastic at airspace. She knew it like the back of her hand. Travis was really good at, you know, taxiing and explaining and kind of more of a soft skills approach. And Ron is just perfect all the way around. I don't know what to say about that.
So Ron wants you to tell about the new gear coming in. Didn't you say it's coming like the first week of May?
Yeah, so I have a Mav Max on its way. It'll be here the May 1st.
Awesome.
So the Mav Max, is, you know, most of people in this chat are watching, is that Mav is the Parajet's newest airframe. It's a larger hoop, a larger prop, different ways of hooking the harness into the airframe. And overall, it's, you know, they've made some improvements to the airframe.
And what size of prop are you going to rock with that?
I'll be swinging a 2-bladed 140 prop.
Now, will you be flying the same wing, or will you get another wing with that?
No, I'll fly the same wing with that for a little bit. As far as I may try some different wings with it, but I'm going to stick with what I got and see how it works. And there's going to be a little bit of, you know, I'm going to taxi it without the wing. I'm going to, you know, do what we call trust the thrust with it, you know, because it's a new motor, bigger motor. So I need to get the feel of it, you know.
Sorry, I was on mute. Are you a member of the USPPA?
Of course.
Awesome.
He better be. Ron's an instructor administrator.
All right.
Good answer.
So along that, I do, you know, I want to see what people in the chat think about the newest rating the USPPA has come out with. It's the ITI. It's basically I would say it's an introductory tandem instructor rating, where for wheeled launch, if you're a wheeled launch person who's PPG 3 rated, and you don't necessarily want to be full-fledged instructor, but you want to take people up on tandem, say a discovery flight, or show them something on a tandem, there's this new pathway that the USPPA has outlined that you can get that certification via your USPPA administrators. So I just wanted to overall I thought about that.
When does that go into effect? Do you know?
Now.
Oh, it already has. Okay.
So that's a good question for the tandem folks.
And it was more of a point of information also. So.
All right.
Darren DeLenzel wants to know what size Scirocco you fly.
I fly a 22-meter Scirocco.
Okay. And Eric wants to know, is Lone Star going to Oshkosh this year? Darn it.
No, I don't think Lone Star is going to Oshkosh this year.
Come on, Ron.
The two fly-ins that we are participating in, Bad Apples, which is coming up here in about, I guess, 30 days or so. Yep. And then ED, which we are a sponsor of as well.
Oh, and Ron says not sure if they're going to make it to Oshkosh. All right. Well, we'll be there again year number 2. So hopefully one of these years we can cross paths up there.
Did you say EFD? You're going to EFD?
Oh, yes. I'll return to EFD. You know,
that's EFD.
Fredonia and the people of Fredonia are fantastic. They are welcoming to us. You know, we're a boost to their economy. So the more pilots we can get out to EFD, the better it is for Fredonia, and they want us there. So there's no reason why, you know, the community shouldn't pack EFD.
That one's in September, correct?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
starts September 16th or September 18th through the 26th.
So I'm always curious about, who people are as a person that flies. Do you teach full time? And if you don't, what do you do outside of paramotor for work or recreation?
So, no, I do not teach full time. I'm an office operations manager at the Texas State Auditor's Office. And basically, I just take care of the 200 auditors or so who make sure that our tax dollars are being spent appropriately throughout our state government in the 8th largest economy in the world.
Wow.
Any other questions on his personal life? Cody, do you want to talk about, let's see, how can we ask questions? Tell us a little bit about your personal life. How about that?
And get into the nitty gritty. We want to know everything.
Yeah.
It's been, a lot of flying, a lot of engaging with the community here in Texas. We have a very large flying community in Texas. Not only here at Lone Star, which is in Schertz and San Antonio area, but in Austin, Houston, Galveston, all over the state. So it's engaging with those folks has been my personal life for the past 3 years. Before that, we had the pandemic, so it was just work pretty much during the pandemic for me until I got into this.
What has meant the most to you through doing this, between maybe friendships or people that you've made or flights that you've taken or trips? What has really kind of meant a lot to you with that?
Well, the instructing has been pretty fulfilling, watching people accomplish their dreams. And I think that was the draw to the instruction part of it. But, flying above the clouds is always great. It's kind of like a different world. It's almost escapism when you're up there.
How many people do you think that you've actually worked with to get them on their first flights?
I worked with quite a few people, almost so many I can't remember at this point.
Because you guys do quite a bit. What's your average class size, and how many classes do you do a month?
So we do a class a month, and our average class size is 6. Give or take. Slow months, which happen around colder months. So we train approximately 70, 75 people a year. Not all of those people end up flying, but most of them do. And I believe we have the highest rate of people who continue to fly after the school.
Do you have a favorite? I guess that wouldn't be nice to answer, but do you have favorite students?
I don't have any favorites when it comes to students.
Okay.
Some hang around and we become friends, and that's the best part of it.
What about that one named Kramer?
Well, I don't know. I think that might be a joke, or it might not be. I don't remember.
All right. Any other questions in the chat right now? I'm not seeing. They're all just saying hi to everybody.
So since you've been working there for the past 3 years, I got to ask, how hard was it to train Rain?
Well, I wasn't involved in her training. She came through.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah, she came through the Lone Star in one of the months that I wasn't there. So I think Ron would be the best person to answer that question, or Travis. Matter of fact, Travis is right behind me to answer that question. Come on in here.
Oh my goodness, what's the question? I was just coming to refill your.
Oh, the question is, how was it to train Rain?
How hard was it to train Rain?
Oh, unfair question. It wasn't hard at all. She did really well. She was really good at listening to instructions and was kind of hard on herself. And she actually did really, really well and didn't think so. And then now she's instructing and doing social media for us and really, really just doing well in the industry. And I don't know. I wouldn't say it was hard to train her at all.
She's like has kicked it into top gear now. So he's like, give me that class.
Broke me into a question. Coming to refill it?
Okay, my husband's got a question. Is he single? Asking for a friend.
That friend is me. No.
Well, you know, yes and no. You know, that's not really a question I want to address.
Okay. All righty. All right. Questions. I'm looking.
I have a question. Nobody's really addressed it yet, but do you want? Would you like to tell us a little bit about the problem you had with your vision?
Oh, well, it's really not a problem. So most of you can see, you know, this is called a bioptic. It's around my neck. I'm visually impaired. So I use it to drive and read computers and fly, and pretty much it's a tool that I use to just, you know, get along with my daily life. And it's an adaptive piece of equipment.
It's pretty cool. So there's a link in the intro, and you can read more about the what do you call them? Binocular type or
They're called bioptics, but
okay.
I dumb it down a little bit and I call them telescopes.
Yeah.
On a pair of glasses, so people can understand what they are.
Very interesting story that they wrote about Cody. So
I guess really the reason I'm asking is because it is possible for visually impaired people to fly. Being visually impaired is correctable. So,
well, it could actually be an enhancement because he can be like, here's a newspaper, there's a TV, there's Jupiter.
I mean, disabled people can fly when they're physically disabled, with their legs or arms or whatever. You can still fly when you're visually impaired.
Yeah, and during training, I think maybe Ron and Travis's concern was, oh, can he see power poles? Well, that's why we take people up on a tandem. So I was up on a tandem, and Travis was like, oh, well, can you see those power poles? And I'm like, yeah, I can see those power poles. So
yeah.
I think if you can fly at Kitty Hawk, you might be able to fly just about anywhere.
When you say Kitty Hawk, are you talking about the Kitty Hawk?
No, I'm talking about
that's
Kitty
what Lone
Hawk.
Stars is named.
Yeah, I'm talking about not the Kitty Hawk, Orville Wright Kitty Hawk, but the one in Garden.
Lone Star.
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all might not know this, but Lone Star, Kitty Hawk at Lone Star, we're operating within a MOA and San Antonio International Airport's just to the south. So we've got a lot of stuff happening in the air. We have high power tension lines on one part of the field, not on the field, but on one side of the field, and we got power lines on the other side.
Right.
Not to mention, the wind. We got a lot of nil days where you're going to have to put more ass into it when you're doing your forward launches.
That's going to be a problem. I don't have a lot of ass.
So with all of those elements, you could pretty much fly, anywhere. We got hills, that create rotor and a lot of thermic activity. We have railroad tracks on either side of the field. So yeah, you can get a lot of experience with different conditions at Lone Star at Kitty Hawk.
When the air is a little stronger over there at Kitty Hawk, you guys are inland, but because you're a little bit closer to the coast, do you feel the stronger air smooths out a little bit more compared to the middle of the Midwest, or do you still experience pretty bumpy air when it gets a little stronger there?
So it gets really hot in Texas. So we got a lot of thermals there, so we're focusing more on that early morning or later in the evening. We get a lot of wind from the coast, from, the Gulf Coast. And sometimes it collides with low pressure systems coming out of the other direction. And but for the most part, in the evenings and the mornings, it's pretty smooth air, if there's any air.
Have you ended within your the last 3 years experienced any unpredictable weather events while you were flying, or scary moments from something else?
Well, yes and no. I mean, looking back at it, it may not have been so scary, but at the time it was. We took a cross country to another airfield called Zool to have breakfast. A group of us flew over there and had breakfast, and lo and behold, it was like 11 o'clock before all of us, we like jumped to a tent. Oh shit, we got to go. So everybody got back to Kitty Hawk. I was the last one back. It was like high noon. And, Ron radioed, Cody, what's your location? And I radioed back, now is not a good time. I was getting thrown around by some pretty hefty thermals, but made it back and landed safely.
All right. So apparently we're skipping over, and I'm not trying to skip over anybody's questions. And Darren had asked a question, certified by who for a new rating? And Ron, I believe, did answer that, and saying certified by a USPPA instructor administrator. So if you got any further questions on that, you can ask a administrator instructor, which is Ron. And if he would come on at any point during the show, or when we have Ron on, you can ask him further questions about that, Darren. So I apologize for skipping over your question. Thank you.
What was Darren asking about the ITI?
Yes.
And okay.
So I don't know if you have any further you want to elaborate on that at all, but.
So yeah, it's, you'll have to do your check rides with a instructor administrator. That's the only people that can issue that rating at this time.
All right.
And the requirements are on the USPPA website if you wanted to go on there and check that out.
Perfect. Bill H. wants to know, how far from Kitty Hawk Field do you live?
I live about an hour away.
Okay. So how often do you work?
So I have a pretty much 8 to 5 job during the week, and I go out to Kitty Hawk on the weekends, basically. It's kind of like my weekend hobby, instructing and just flying. And, I want to get it out there because I'm sure people are wondering, what's his motivation to do that? My motivation to instruct is to be able to share that experience with people, to be able to feel that fulfillment in helping someone. I'm not a paid instructor. I do volunteer there, and that's I'm not a full-time person at Lone Star, but my time is volunteered to give back to the community.
That's awesome. So Scuba's asking, do the bioptics mess with your depth perception?
So no, I use them in a way. So the bioptics, you can see the black part here, and it's basically clear glass transition lenses underneath. So most of the time I'm just flying, with my regular eyes. If I need to spot something or scan for other aircraft, I'll look into that optic and quickly scan through there. So I've been using these bioptics since 1998, so I'm pretty proficient with them.
Okay.
So it's kind of like transition lenses with glasses.
Yeah, it's a transition telescope, basically.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
So we're supposed to ask you how high you tend to fly.
So I fly pretty high,
Somebody drug test this man.
um,
Shut up, Steve.
I typically, I spend most of my time above 2,000 feet, uh, uh, most of the time.
No, that's where you'd see me. So why do you stay up that high?
I mean, yeah, more time to react if, say, your motor fails, or,
Right.
and plus, it's also kind of a courtesy for people below you. Like, we get a few complaints here and there from noise. So at 2,000 feet, nobody's hearing your motor. So it's a courtesy, basically.
Yep.
So, with that being said, when you're flying high, do you have like, when you're flying, you're wanting to really enjoy yourself? Do you have personal like adventures that you want to take when you're flying high? Do you just naturally get into like a Zen mode when you're up? I ask this because, like, for me, I don't like flying high and straight for very long. I have to go low, I have to go high, and then I gotta go do this. I get a little ADD about it. Like, what do you really enjoy the most?
So, yeah, I listen to music while I fly. I'm also listening to, I'm listening to a lot of stuff. I'm listening to music. I'm also listening to Gaggle. I subscribe to Gaggle, which has the airspace in it. Now it also includes aircraft notifications if they're around you. So I'm listening to those, music, Gaggle, radio.
Awesome.
And I do get into the swing of things. I like swinging around, and sometimes I'll fly low. One of my favorite things, and they really don't like us flying around the airfield very much. One of my favorite things is swoop pond out there. But
That's got to be really confusing if you're like listening to music and Gaggle at the same time. Be listening to like Steve Miller, like Jet Airliner, like big old Jet Airliner. Wait, no, you got an airliner coming your way. Come on, move.
yeah, it takes a little bit of ear coordination.
So Pennsylvania PPG is asking, what is the highest that you've flown? Do you know offhand?
So the highest I've flown is 11,728 feet.
Wow.
That's pretty high. Taylor Beecroft wants to know if you have any advice for new students struggling to land on their feet.
Oh, take your time,
Taylor, I'll let you know it took me 30 flights to land on my feet.
Take your time.
I saw that you're new.
When I land, sometimes I wait. I wait for that flare. You just wait for the last moment. And sometimes it could be a foot drag landing, which, saves your knees. Or if you start flaring a little high, just hold what you got and let the wing fly. Let it fly until you touch down.
See, I wait until I face plant in the ground, then I flare, and then it pulls me out the ground and I stand up. It works pretty good.
Well, I kind of like touching the ground before I flare.
Yeah.
All right. I think somebody hinted, Rain, that it's time for a spinning wheel.
It is time. So what are we giving away?
Lone Star is going to give away a shirt and a hat that Cody showed.
Shirt and hat and one spin or two spins?
One spin, right,
One
Cody?
spin.
Yeah, one spin.
This round.
Spin. Wow. You guys do not cheap out.
And after that, we are going to do a quick little stretch, go get a drink, and come right back.
And don't go away.
Yeah.
It's like a watermelon wheel. Yum, 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 yum.
Who's it going to be?
Oh, I forgot to put my name in this. I love Lone Star Apparel. I wear my jacket everywhere. Nebraska Paramotor hates it. Oh, now Angie's mad at me because I didn't put her name in.
Like it's going to be Patricia J.
That's Mom.
Oh, it's almost Taylor B.
Woohoo! Way to go, Mom. All right. We'll be right back with you. All Are you ready to hit the open skies and fly to new heights? Well, Lone Star Paramotor is here to help you turn your dreams into reality. Their mission is to help you gain the freedom to achieve more in life, experience your dreams of flight, and embrace the amazing adventure that awaits with their passionate flight team. Classes are tailored to your skill level and interest to help you achieve your goals. They merge the expertise and skills of the best local paramotor instructors to bring you a method of learning that launches you into new heights. As certified USPPA and ASC Paramotor Training School, they're proud to share their love of flight with past, current, and new students. Check them out at LoneStarParamotor.com or give Ron and his crew a call at 512-431-0173. Fly safe. All right.
Hey, I know you guys. We went to high
Hey.
school together.
All right. Any other questions in the chat?
Let's see. Gaggle. Yeah, Gaggle. I need to get subscribed.
I sent you the link.
I have it. I just got to get resubscribed or something. I lost my
I
subscription.
used it on my last flight the day before we put the snow skis on my trike, and I was impressed. I didn't know that it told
That's all
me
that. Yeah.
how far away I was from my LZ, and I think wind direction it would update every like 5 minutes or something.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Eric Lear, Eric PPG Lear says, does general aviation interest you at all?
General aviation does interest me, but not really. And it only interests me to the point of knowing that it's in the air with me.
Does free flight interest you at all? Paragliding.
Now, free flight does interest me, and I would definitely be interested. I don't know if y'all know this, but Chris Wheeler has a house in
Cuba.
No, not Cuba.
Colombia.
Colombia. Yeah.
So I would probably be interested in going and learning to free flight in Colombia at some point.
He wears the worst socks. You don't want to learn from him.
Hey, I made him a pair of socks.
Yeah, you
I
did.
hate those too.
I have a pair of those socks.
He never sent me any socks. I'm calling Chris.
What was interesting about Eric's question is we do train a lot of GA pilots who really prefer paramotoring over flying a plane. There's one in particular, I'll call him Schmitty, who I really want him to come train and fly a paramotor. And I think he flies for Delta right now.
Nice. Ron, you don't know about Parasocks? Come on.
I think that's Rain on Ron's account.
No.
That's dangerous. I wouldn't
No,
do
that's
that.
Ron. Ron's right there. He's still here as Ron.
Ron, this is Rain.
No, that's
That's
true.
All right. Mad Sloper. Oops. It keeps moving on me. He said he just started to use Gaggle. Pretty cool. I really like the, how do you say that? Soared?
Soared V3.
GPS borrow.
There you go.
So I'll tell you what I do on Gaggle. You can adjust how how frequently it announces, and
Really?
I bump mine up to 1 minute, so I'm constantly getting, your airspeed, your ground speed, your wind direction. Every minute I get mine. So.
Wow.
Well, that's cool. I got to look into that. I was pretty impressed that it was talking to me the way it was that day. So,
You
and
can
you can go ahead.
You can also select the voice on Gaggle. So whatever soothes your ear, you can pick the voice.
I definitely got to sign back
I
up.
really want to do like a Mr. T Vario when I free fly. So it's like, you going down, fool.
No, if I'm going to die, I need something soothing and calm. Keep me relaxed.
But back to free flight, if you have an interest on that, do you have any like long-term plans of like going to a place and learning well, you mentioned Chris Wheeler. Do you have any other things in mind?
No, I really don't. Right now, for the next 5 years, until I can become more free from work, vacationing is the extent of things I can do.
So
Okay.
Shane Wyman's asking, anyone use Gaggle route for cross country?
Yep, I've definitely done that.
Okay.
What kind of cross countries have you done?
Well, so we fly to Zool on a regular basis, which is about 25 miles away. I flew to another airfield called Mid Lake, which was about 45 miles away. It was about an hour and a half flight there. Flew to a friend's house, Buzz's house for his parents. So quite frequently do cross countries.
Yeah. Let's see.
Caleb Koch. Hey, Caleb. He's asking, does anybody know where Gaggle is pulling its wind and weather information from, like which forecast?
That's a good question. I'm not sure where it's pulling from.
Okay. All right.
What wing did you fly before the Sirocco?
So before the Scirocco, I was on a Spider 26, which I love that wing. I still like that wing, even though I probably won't ever fly it again. But
What was the major differences when you transitioned to it, the Sirocco?
the Scirocco is just so much more efficient. Landing became a little bit more effortless. The Scirocco is a little more ground hungry. I like to call my my Spider a boaty wing because it kind of wants to just float there. And the Scirocco doesn't. It's a faster wing, but it's more efficient. So I get on a going from a 26 Spider to a 22 Scirocco. They climb similarly. I can climb just as fast with the Scirocco as I can with the Spider 26 because it's a more efficient wing. And because it's a more efficient wing and it wants to come down with more power, your flares are much better. So.
Okay.
Lone Star Paramotor said to ask you about paracamping.
Yeah, that is something I've been wanting to do for a long time and just haven't gotten to do it yet, Travis. Travis was planning a paracamping excursion, and we just haven't done it yet.
Where would you go from there? From where you are, where would you go?
Well, we probably stick locally until we can get it, get experience, because you're going to be carrying gear with you, tent, basic camping gear on your paramotor. We'll be probably splitting up that gear, so it'd be like a short cross country, until we got more experience. And we'll probably will stick around Texas if we were to do that. Here in Texas, we've got a diverse landscape. We got desert, we got plains, we got mountains, we got anything you can think of. Nice beaches, Minty, like you came and visited this last year down in Galveston.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a diverse landscape here.
Yeah, you guys got a lot going on. The beaches were super, super fun.
Darren's got a question. Have you had any close calls while flying?
Close calls. What do you mean by close calls? I haven't been hit by an aircraft or anything like that.
Good.
I've flown over some jetliners. They've flown under me by a couple thousand feet, but I wouldn't.
It's close enough for me.
In your area, you've got a lot of fun and loud personalities. How do you deal with them?
I just work with it. Just blend right on in with it.
So just natural with it.
Yeah.
Scuba, yes.
Have you had any engine outs?
I've had quite a few.
Have you?
And those engine outs actually inform the way I've trained people to do their inspections. I've had engine outs for multiple reasons. You know, it could be a spark plug tip that has come loose. It could be a leak in a gas line, which almost left me stranded in a quarry. It could be your airbox coming off. It could be a number of things that has happened to give you a motor out situation. And in that situation, you just fly your wing to the ground.
How many props have you gone through?
One.
Ah,
Okay.
all right.
What would you say your best advice, like things that you feel passionate about that you want to impart to young flyers, say maybe not beginners, but people who have been flying under 100 hours? Like, is there anything that you feel strongly about that you wish you could share with other people and say,
There
you approach it like this?
There are a couple things, you know. One is to take your progression and take it slow. Don't there's this thing called intermediate syndrome, and I've seen a lot of people pushing for those the flight counts and pushing the limits, and they get intermediate syndrome and they think they're safe in the air, and then all of a sudden something happens. I don't think any of us want that to happen to any of the people that we train with. So take your progression slow. Think of the consequences of your altitude. That's the main thing. And then the other thing is we're blessed to be able to do this sport here in the United States, unregulated, as far as, you know, not a license. So maintaining that willingness to have a decorum that is acceptable. Like if you land on somebody's property, be apologetic, be, you know, courteous and kind, flying at 2,000 feet so that, you know, people aren't noticing you or hearing you, being courteous to other people's space.
All right. I'm just showing the Lone Star Paramotor.com page right now, Cody. So if anybody's interested and they want to check that out, you can book sessions right on here, learn more about what is all about with Lone Star. Looks like hear from some of the new pilots, but definitely check them out. LoneStarParamotor.com. I had a question here. Have you thought about going to an electric PPG?
Not until they get lighter.
No, definitely. Sorry, Mad Sloper. All right, any other questions? Otherwise, I think we're going to do the spinny wheel. And while Steve's getting that ready, okay, I got to tell him. Okay, so...
You're going to tell me how to get it ready, too.
Okay.
Well, you got to do the other shirt and hat.
Yeah, I know. But
Ooh.
should we let Cody tell the grand prize what it's going to be, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Do that. So Lone Star is going to offer up a free 3-day training course for it's either wheel launch or a confidence building course. It'll be left up to the person who wins which one they want. You want a confidence building course, you want a wheel a foot launch to a wheel transition course. So that's what we're offering up as a grand prize for the last spinning wheel.
All right. Now, but the thing is,
I was kind of hoping a date with Ron Turan, but whatever.
You're into bald men, huh, Steve?
Well, I am bald.
okay, but the thing is, everyone, you gotta want this grand prize. I know I want it, but I'm not gonna do that. So if you're into learning foot launch, going from foot launch, you're an experienced foot launcher and you want to transition into becoming a awesome triker, then please play along with this. If we're gonna,
you got to be able to get to Texas.
Yeah, and you got to be able to get to Texas and probably put yourself up in your own room and get a place to stay. And it's for 3 days, right, Cody?
3 days. Yeah.
3 days. Dang, that's so cool.
Damn, put me on the list. I need remedial.
If I win this, I'm crashing on Ron's couch. I'm just saying that right now.
Ron's locking the doors. So please be wanting this for yourself, or if you win it, please pass it on to somebody that you know will use it, because they really want somebody to use this. So, okay. So that was the grand prize. So you got to stick around to the end for that. Ron just sold his couch. Ha! All right. So let's
I didn't even lay on it yet, and he sold it. He's like, nope, it's
he
already
burned
ruined.
it.
Say, what you have to do, tell them how they have to answer the questions.
So you do it, Deweese.
Well, yeah, we're going to ask some questions, and you have to answer at least 2 out of 3. And we're going to put you on the spinning wheel.
So the best 2 out of 3 will do.
And then we'll put you on. Well, let's see. We're going to ask the questions, and we'll put you on the spinning wheel.
Yeah.
And I don't want the responsibility of getting this all right, so make sure I've got the names of whoever's going on this wheel.
And once we get you on
This is
the
a
spinning
big
wheel,
prize.
spin.
All right. So are you ready with the spinning wheel for the shirt and hat?
Yes.
All right. Hit it.
We're going to do shirt and hat time. Ooh, wait, did I get myself on this? Hold on a second. I want the shirt and hat. I got to put my...
I thought you
Sorry.
had a shirt and a hat.
I love Lone Star apparel. I've got to have it. I'm putting myself on the wheel.
You do not need it. You've got Nirvana.
I need it.
So
Yes,
Cody,
I
have
do.
you ever been to Wisconsin?
I've never been to Wisconsin.
I think you should come up here in July for our fly-in. It's my birthday weekend. You should come up. Bring Ron, Rain,
It
Travis.
definitely to be in July because I don't like the cold weather.
We're out of snow, I think, right now, hopefully. Okay, this one again is for the shirt and hat combo.
Oh, I need this. I need it bad. Lone Star. Ooh, I'm coming up. Nope. Oh, I ain't going to get it. Oh.
No, Steve.
No,
Wait, no, I can just delete
Stevie.
these people. Steve English. I was just talking to him today.
Congrats, Steve. He's a Pennsylvania boy, so going to Pennsylvania. All right. Anybody have any further questions at all? Cody, where else do you plan on going for fly-ins?
So, this year I can only do about one a year. So I'm going to go back to IFD. Really enjoyed working with Landon and the community there and setting up the airfield. And I really like that physical labor of helping out with that flying. So I'm going to go back to EFD this year. I wouldn't mind checking out Bad Apples, but it's one of those scheduling things. I'm not really interested in the flying circus at all. And as far as fly-ins go, Kitty Hawk, if you get it on a good weekend, we got, you have 20 wings in the air. We got a little fly-in happening almost every weekend. So.
All right. Ron's asking, Cody, if you could fly anywhere in the world, where would it be?
You know what? I've always wanted to fly Stonehenge. So Europe.
Pretty. All right. I'm checking to see if there's any other questions.
Yeah, Ron's team at Endless Foot Drag is a lot of fun because there's like one hangar there. Ron rents it. So he's got like the whole thing. He's got like a VR paragliding headset. You can go in. They bring enough instruments to run a band. They've got electronic drum sets, bass, guitar, whatever have you. And Lone Star Paramotor's always jamming. It's a good time. I like it.
So, Cody, do you play anything? Any instruments?
You know, I don't play anything.
Okay,
I definitely like listening and singing along. So,
cool. Well, I'm hoping we can make it this year so we can join in on that.
like I said earlier, that community in Fredonia really wants us there. And, you know, since we're like the #1 economic driver, you know, that community does everything to make the pilots comfortable, you know, whether it's opening up their cafe early for breakfast, catering to the people at the airfield. We're the #1 economic driver for Fredonia, Kansas. So the more the merrier.
Nice. All right. Okay, well, are we doing our questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Is this a
It's a
question, a normal question, or is this the
No, this is a question for the
grand finale?
for the grand finale.
Okay,
Are you
All right.
ready?
ready.
All right.
Okay, wait. This is, again, only for who is interested in going down to Texas for this 3-day training.
Right. If you're not interested, then don't answer the question.
An experienced flyer already.
But if you want to scalp this ticket, you can make $500. I'm telling you that.
Oh.
now.
All right. You ready?
Ready.
All right. What kind of motor does Cody fly, and what size and brand wing does he fly?
Okay. Answer the questions in the chat.
Do I need to start playing Jeopardy? What's going on?
Dun, dun, dun,
Boo doo doo doo.
dun,
Do, do, do,
dun,
do, do.
dun, dun,
Do, 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 do. Oh, why'd you quit? Did you ask what frame he flies to, or just motor and wing?
motor and wing.
So, if that's the case, 2 feet and a heartbeats. Sorry, put that up.
I think you need to look and see who answered this first.
Okay, figure it out. Deweese?
Cody, you got it? Did you find it, Cody? Do you see it?
Deweese, you answer. Or
I'm saying it was let me go back up here. It's a Scirocco 22 meter.
Didn't say size.
how did you want size and everything?
Is
Yes.
size wing.
Okay.
Scirocco 22. Is it the Moster 185?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. So it's is it 2 feet and a heartbeat? Or Eric Dawson? Wait, Eric Dawson's got it.
Yep, Eric Dawson's just above 2 feet.
Eric Dawson.
All right. Okay, that was question number 1. I'll ask question number 2. Where does Cody live?
Oh, I don't remember that one. Oh, yeah.
I don't even know that, and I'm one of the hosts.
Oh, I see it.
Steve, pay attention here.
I'm looking in the chat.
Oh,
I've got multiple computers going on. I'm engaged. Trust me, I'm not.
do you have a question?
Do I have a question? No, I'm trying to read the chat. I'm running the spinning wheel. I told you guys I needed help.
All right. So, Cody.
Angie says that everybody thinks I'm making out with her. I'm not. I'm on
Yeah, I know. So, my Eric says Cody lives 1 hour away.
That's what he answered.
But he also said
Eric Dawson said Austin 1 hour away.
no. Before that, Taylor Beecroft said Austin.
Who?
Taylor,
Taylor.
yes. 2 below Eric.
Okay, Taylor.
Correct, Cody? Austin?
That's correct.
Okay. Deweese, you got a third question for your buddy Steve that can't come up with a question?
He can't come up with a question.
No, he's making out with Angie.
Steve, are you making out with Angie?
No,
Ask the question.
I'm trying to do my job. I can't do everything.
Oh, he's doing the spinning thing. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, let's think. What?
Okay. Hang on. We got the boss here saying Ron says accept all the answers. So Steve, put everybody on the spinny wheel.
Everybody?
I guess, yeah.
Like everybody that's been in the chat?
Everybody
Everybody that's answering or everybody that's in the chat?
everybody that's answering.
Okay.
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 This is a lot of pressure. I'm going to have a panic attack.
Did you see Steve's face?
Can I just like call a name? Can we just, I could just like name one of their new students and we could just give it to them. Let's give it to Taylor. How about that?
No, we're gonna do this the right way. I don't want it being called rigged.
Oh, Travis will say it's rigged.
I'm just like freaking out over here.
Angie, help him. All right. Do you want the names, Steve?
Yeah, help me out. What
Okay.
names do you want me to put on the spinning wheel?
Eric PPG Lear.
No.
Well, he's the first one in the first question that answered 1 hour. Oh, are we going with that or?
You're lucky this is your show.
Because if
Okay,
Randy,
wait,
your
we gotta go up to
birthday.
question
Okay.
number 1.
Okay. Eric and who else?
Hang on, I got to go up to Deweese's first question. So Eric answered on the Sirocco. Para Orange Products answered. Shane Wyman. Eric Dawson. Scuba. Is that too fast for you?
Nope.
2 Feet and a Heartbeat. Bill H. Justin. Para Orange. I think we did that one already.
Michael Lyman.
Michael. John Wayne. James Belleville. Taylor Beecroft. Mad Sloper.
Did we get
Aaron.
Stephen Payne? Stephen Payne was answering both of them.
Okay, put him in there. Darren. PPG, the other Nick. John Wayne. If I didn't already. And One Wheel Grandma. And
All right. I'm going
Okay,
to cross check
Steve
this
Payne.
with whoever I got. We got Stephen Payne, Justin.
Who, Randy?
Heartbeat,
Got him.
Eric Dawson.
Yeah.
okay, now I'm going on to question 2. I think it's pretty much the same. Slow Days. Bill H, I think we have in there. Travis DuPont. Steve Payne.
Hey, Walter, you want to drive up to Texas from Australia?
Yeah.
They got an interstate that you could just take. It might take you about 20 hours, but
All right. Do you want to do one more, or should we just leave it at that? You guys tell us. One more
I
question?
think we're ready. I think we're
Ready?
ready. Yeah.
All right.
That's
All right.
All right. This is a big one.
This is for the grand prize,
This is
guys.
a big one.
all right.
All right.
Good luck.
Is this the right screen? No, it's not. Sorry. I got 2 tabs open because I didn't want to ruin everybody else's names. There we go.
Cody, tell us about your mural behind you.
Me?
So that's one of my paintings. Basically, it's an angel flying over Earth, or a depiction of Earth.
You painted it?
Say again?
You painted it?
Yes, I painted that.
Very nice.
Very cool. I like that.
We'll show it in a second because we got the spinny wheel on right now.
All right. This is the big one.
Good luck,
Oh,
everybody.
crap. I didn't put my name in this. Hold on.
Oh,
Restart.
darn. No, 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 no.
Restart.
Oh, no.
Whatever. I'm moving to Oregon. It's not like I can
Oh,
drive down to
that's
Texas
right.
anyways.
Good luck, everybody.
Ugh. I better get some free swag out of this.
Is Travis actually going to win something? No. Oh.
Oh,
No.
come
no,
on.
No, no.
Come on. He flies trike and foot long.
No.
What was,
Oh,
what
no.
was it? I can't.
No, it's not. Oh, no. He's got to turn that down. No, it's not.
Are you serious?
Oh.
Eric,
No, he didn't.
he said respin. Can we slip them
That's
down,
right.
Ron?
That is right. So I didn't want to put him in there in the first place.
But that's the way to do it. And if you,
Say that again, Cody.
that's the way to do it. If you don't want it, respin it.
Well, he wanted it, but he's an instructor. He flies both.
Spinless Wheels brought to you by Eric Lear, the greedy bastard.
Ron
Ooh.
says, "Come on down."
Ooh. Oh. Was it going to be Steve? Steven's a good name. Steven's a good name.
Oh, come on.
He did answer both questions. I had him down. Oh, it's so greasy. Oh, it's Stephen Payne.
Congrats.
All right.
Way to go.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Stephen Payne. And thank you for joining us tonight on the show. Hopefully we have you around more often. So thank you, Ron, and for the donation of the wonderful prizes tonight. Really appreciate that. And Cody,
Thank you.
you've been an awesome guest, and we got to kind of zoom in on your background here. So
You
tell us
painted
again
that?
about that, because Steve was interrupting.
So it was a painting I did over the COVID. Everybody
Yep.
stay at home,
Yeah.
and it's basically an angel flying over Earth, and above the angel is a trimiteron.
Oh, what is that on?
It is on a canvas that I built, and it's an acrylic painting.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's nice.
Deweese, you get artistic competition.
I see that. That's nice. I like that.
Very nice, Cody. So if anybody, I don't know if Cody wants to stick around with us crazy people, but we'll
He
do
hangs
it.
out with Lone Star people.
Yeah. So
Like
before,
we're tame compared to them. Do you know what they do behind the scenes? Come on.
but before y'all hang us up, Travis, Ryan, y'all want to come in here?
Oh, yes.
What does our winner need to do to collect this
You
prize?
contact
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ron.
you would contact Ron. And I think Stephen Payne is known. So
Okay.
Bye, Scuba. Have fun in the hot tub.
Hot buttered Stephen Payne. Yeah.
Let's see your coworkers.
I want to thank Rain and
Rain.
for
Hi. Hey, girl. And Travis.
What's
Ooh, Travis Landry. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
What's going on?
Thank you for helping out.
Yeah, thank you for having us, and thank you for doing the spinny wheel. That's always fun, and congratulations to the 2 winners.
Yep.
And thanks everyone for tuning in and watching the show.
Yeah, let us know how it goes. Maybe you can send us a video of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So Steve, I was just going to ask, trike training. He says trike training win for my birthday. Oh, that's
Nice. Happy
awesome.
birthday.
What's his birthday? Awesome.
Oh, sweet. Oh, that's right. It is his birthday. That's cool.
Very cool.
So I take it he's a Texas boy?
Yes, I believe he is.
I think he's
Cool.
Yeah, we know Steve.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Yeah, Steve's a foot launcher, so he'll be learning how to launch on wheels. That's very cool.
Yeah, we flew
That's awesome.
there actually when Taylor and Eric were there this last class. Stephen Payne came out and flew with us, and I flew the trike for the 3rd or 4th time and flew with Stephen and Mark George and them.
How's Mark doing?
Mark's good. This
He's
guy,
in the gutter. He's doing bad. You need to send him money.
Yeah, tell him we all said hello because
Yeah, tell him the Lears say hi.
and Deweese, we all miss him.
Will do.
Yep. So awesome. And you guys will be down at Bad Apples?
yeah, we're going to Bad Apples for sure. Those are the big 2 that we can't miss. Is Bad Apples and EFD.
Okay. Well, I'm got my fingers crossed to fly with you guys this
Here's
year.
Karen
at
doing her nails.
EFD.
Yeah, that's the point of it. Hopefully the clouds will give us a little window. We did a cloud flight last year, and that was epic.
Awesome. All right. Well, I thank everyone for joining us again tonight. And I forgot, I got to look. Next week, we have a general aviation gal, I believe, on the calendar. Becca, I'm going
Rodrigo.
to, that's her last name. Then she has Worth, Becca Worth. I think I found her on Instagram, but I'm not sure. But she's a general aviation and she's working on flying for an airline. So that'll be an interesting story to hear on how she's doing that. So thank you, everybody. And yes, thank you, Ron, for the 100th show. I really appreciate it. Ron will be on in the future also. So
Woohoo.
please make sure you subscribe. And tonight, make sure you hit that like button before we end to give Cody some love too. So,
And if we don't see you on there, we'll probably see you in there.
yeah, but I'm lost on my screen.
Oh,
They're back.
there they are.
All
I
right.
do want to say, in honor of your 100th episode, I am so thankful that I got to see Travis Landry tonight.
Oh my God.
All right, guys, I got the code in the chat here. If you want to say hi to these guys for a few minutes in the after show, come on in. Make sure you use Google or Foxfire, Firefox, whatever the heck it is. Yep. Thank you, Steve, for the 100th, and congrats on your grand prize. That's awesome. So have a good night, everybody. Love you all. Fly safe.
Toodles.
Nothing is untrue, nothing don't matter. It's all notions of our emotions, of everything we are.